Greetings to you in my Master Yahusha, through His love and peace from His Father, the living Elohim, 𝐤𝐄𝐄. I'm coming today to you because I need to explain a few things, and I'm going to start from verse, or maybe couple of verses from John 3, Yohanan 3, Yahusha speaking. Truly, this is verse 11, truly, truly I say to you, we speak what we know and witness what we have seen, and you do not receive our witness. If you do not believe when I spoke to you about earthly matters, how are you going to believe when I speak to you about the heavenly matters? And no one has gone up into the heaven except he who came down from the heaven, the Son of Adam. The first verse, Yahusha openly speaks that he does not actually represent himself, but he speaks for the Father also, because here we speak what we know and witness what we have seen. He doesn't say what I know and what I have seen, but he speaks for the Father also as a witness to what he says. And the next verse, it makes the difference. It actually showed the difference, the separation between the flesh and the ruach, because the flesh is interested in the matters of this earth and everything which is connected to it, but the ruach, it's all about heavenly matters. And those who actually walk in ruach, they will speak about the heavenly matters, and they will not be understood by those who are born of flesh, and those who speak about earthly matters. Those two will clash, will be contrary to one another. And next verse, Yahusha summarize all. And no one has gone up into the heaven except he who came down from heaven, the Son of Adam. Obviously, we know that he came from above and he went back where he came from. His flesh ascended back to the Father after Yahusha was resurrected on the third day, after being in the ground for 3 days and 3 nights. He went back to the Father. He was ascended and sanctified by his Father. If Yahusha is the only one who knows about the heaven and how is there, and about the matters from above, how we can also know about those matters? Can we find it from others? Can we find by studies? in the way of flesh, like we learn from schools, for hours, trying to figure it out with different tools, using different tools of this world, what the word says. No. The only thing which needed is the only one. This is the one who actually is from above, who knows, because he is the only one who came from there and who was here and whom we can receive to our hearts. That's how we will be born from above. That's how we will be born again, not of flesh, but of the ruach and water. Many are saying, I'm born of the ruach, I'm born of the spirit, I walk in spirit. But your heart is still here. But your reasonings are still here, and your heart is focusing only on your own life, on your own matters. I know, I talk to many of you who claim that they walk in spirit or in ruach. I don't use the word spirit because I wasn't in religion, so I don't have what they call it, nostalgia for the other names. I just only know the true names, the Hebrew names. It's not that I'm Hebrew roots or Torah movement. I don't belong to any denomination. I just don't have nostalgia because I never been in Christianity, never part of it. So I can speak to people other names, the ones they know and they're more familiar with. But I'm attached in Ruach to the true names myself. But getting to the bottom of it, many are saying that they walk in Ruach and that's the way of their fellowship. But why you still speak about the matters of this world, and why you focus on yourself? Why are you emotional? Why you have a lot of feelings of man? Why you don't have the love from above? And the love from above will wage war against your flesh and against the feelings and emotions of your flesh, will disagree with your flesh, and you will be in such a place of disconnection of this place, of this world, isolation, and it will grow in you. And what is even making this more painful, not in a way of flesh, not in a way of understanding of man, but understanding from Yahusha, his point of view. That's what he experienced when he was here. That's why after a while, when he was healing the sick, casting out demons, bringing dead to life, speaking the good news, he had to withdraw to the mountains to be with his Father and pray, because he was so disconnected from this hostile place. Even so, his flesh is perfect. He didn't rage against his flesh. He didn't have to overcome his flesh, because his flesh originates from above. But our flesh doesn't. So if you say you climb, you work, you walk in Ruach, why are you not raging? Why the Ruach in you doesn't fight against your flesh? Why are you in peace with your desires? with your ways of man, of this world. You should not be happy here. You should not be feeling good about this flesh, and you should not rule or allow this flesh to rule over you. And you should not feel good only fellowshipping with men and doing what you do. If you really walk in Ruach, in spirit, the only thing you will want to do is to serve Yahweh Elohim by being a fisher of men, and this is not focusing on your own salvation, on your own deliverance, on your own growth, but on others. To bring the good news to those who are in darkness, to bring the sheep back through Yahushua Messiah. How you can just see it and just make sure you are fine, taking care of yourself only. As Yahushua said, if you have the lamp, you would not put under the bed. You would not hide it, but you will put on a lampstand, so it gives light to all who are around it, so they will see the light and they could walk in that light. So it's for others, so it's not for its own, not to just say I am a lamp and I have the light in me. That doesn't work. And if the salt is tasteless, what's the point of seasoning and using that salt if it doesn't do anything? Because you call yourself that you are salt, or you are the one who has the light in you, that or you are the light. Why there is no light coming from you? Or if your eye is dark, there is no light in it, because you say you have the light in you, that you walk in Ruach, but why you all feel good in this place? Why you care about the matters of this place? And why is all about you? Look at Yahushua and tell me when in any passage you can find, find one when he thinks of himself, when he is focusing on his own and he feels pity on himself or anything like it. The moment someone compliment him, the moment someone want to uplift him, he will withdraw to the mountain. He will just leave. He said, don't tell to anyone about me and who did heal you. But the people were spreading the news about him. I cannot see the matching person who says we walk in Ruach. I'm being honest. I have so many friends on Facebook, but no one even wants to fellowship in Ruach. Everyone, if someone is just thinking of its own, of his own life, of his own journey. Yes, we cannot take anyone with us. It will be lonely. It will be. But is yours lonely path? Or you are so busy with stuff you like to do, which is of this world? Even the fellowships you have, even the Shabbat you keep, It's all about fulfilling your own ways, the way you think shall be celebrated or kept. You do the way of man, which makes you feel good. That's why Yahweh's word was speaking about that He, Father, Yahweh, does not rejoice over your Moadims, over the way you keep the Shabbat. Doesn't speak about the pagan holidays. He speaks about the way of keeping His feast. He, in His Shabbat, He wants you to worship Him in Ruach and truth, not of the flesh, the ways of the flesh. Recently, and I was going to share that with you, recently it feels very, very strange for me, because I start to feel very disconnected with my flesh. And the war is raging daily. And I was going to share with one of you, maybe some of you, but there is no one available, about how it's like when you don't like your flesh anymore, when you don't feel like make your flesh satisfied. And you see how the flesh is not liking the Ruach to be present, but the Ruach is overtaking my flesh. And it's a daily battle, yet the Ruach is greater. I just want to tell you that if there is no war in you between the Ruach and the flesh, there is something not right here. Because like Yahusha says about the flesh and the Ruach, and I want to go back here to the same chapter. Yahusha in verse 3 says, Truly, truly I say to you, unless one is born from above, he is unable to see the reign of Elohim. And Nicodemus said to him, How is a man able to be born when he is old? Is he able to enter into his mother's womb a second time and be born? Yahusha answered, Truly, truly I say to you, unless one is born of water and the Ruach, he is unable to enter into the reign of Elohim. That which has been born of flesh is flesh, and that which has been born of the Ruach is Ruach. Think about the Ruach. It's from above and has nothing in common with the flesh we have. And we are born to that flesh in this world which promotes the ways of flesh. And when the Ruach grows in you, which is of Messiah Yahusha, the battle will start. And it should get much more intense daily. And you will find yourself lonely in this world. It's not just expecting that there will be someone from the brothers or sisters which you can find a common ground with, but there will be no one. And speaking of myself, I don't want to talk too much about myself now, but I started when I heard Yahusha back 8 years ago, when he took all my addictions and my weaknesses in one moment and He set me free through Himself. I was so excited. I want to scream, I want to share with everyone. And I was, but no one shared that excitement with me. And then I met a few people online, and I had the same situation. It seems that we believe in the same Father and the same Messiah. But they said to me, that will die down, the excitement would not last. It was really something I did not get it, how this can die down. The fire is great and shouldn't die down, should be growing, should be overtaking everything else. I was so on fire, but I tried to connect with people. But the Father showed me through the Helper that this is not going to work. And I got burned trying to find a fellowship. It wasn't long. And after I understood that the only true fellowship is in Ruach and the truth, through Yahushua Messiah. And that's how I walk. Until now. Yes, I had the time when I stumbled, but you know who got me up? Not the men, not the fellowships, not YouTube ministries or other ministries or brothers and sisters, which we shall be for one another, but the one who lives in me, Yahushua. He got me up through Himself. Because if the body will be truly walking in Ruach, that's what we shall be. We shall have Messiah in us. We shall be for one another. But this is not what it is. You're so busy with your understandings, with your researches, Torah movements, some special secret groups of knowledge, obtaining knowledge in some strange way, calling yourself elect and special. And with the strange way of speaking, mixing some Hebrew, some English, who knows, and it's hard to understand. That's not speaking in tongues. And I have to say about the speaking in tongues. I did speak in tongues one day. It's nothing wrong. But many speak in tongues, and many from believers using weed, marijuana, and other drugs and other substances, and when they speak in tongues, it's not from the right spirit. It's from someone else. You don't say, if someone says he's using those substances and he's the true believer, I can tell you now, the Ruach or Yahweh is not going to dwell in you. And there is no excuses in it. Because you're still in the flesh. And I want to point at another thing about eating clean and unclean. And all this is a discussion of flesh and the matters of flesh. If you have the Ruach in you, if you truly walk in Ruach, you will not have discussion about those matters. And this one is one of them. It will be all explained to you. Because it's all about Yahweh and His helper. Like Yahushua said, those things will be revealed to you, but you will know what is important, what matters, and what is unimportant. I'm not perfect. I'm far from good, and my flesh is no good. But at least I know it. You need to realize that too. And allow the Ruach to work in your vessel to overcome your desires, your ways of the stony heart of man. It's not all about you. It's not about me. But it's all about our Messiah Yahusha. And it's all about what Elohim wants. It's not our will, but His will, which matters, because He is perfect, He is good, He is everlasting Elohim, the Elohim of living. And if you have His Ruach in Him, you are living. But if you don't, you're only existing. I'm not here to judge you. And I don't care how many subscribers I have. It's not about who subscribes or who views those things, those videos. And it's about receiving Yahusha to your heart. It's about being obedient by receiving the love from Yahweh and guard His commandments. Keep and guard His love. Yahusha Messiah, His Ruach, the Helper, shall live in you. And it's all about that. So we can become fishers of men. As Yahusha asked Peter Kepha, do you love me more than everything? Do you love me more than this? And Peter said, yes, Master. Yahusha said, feed my sheep. And he asked him 3 times. Answer to this and be honest. Ask for the bread of life. Repent first from your selfish ways. Repent from your stony heart. And ask for the bread of life. Ask for Yahusha.